Today we're gonna be moving, or actually preparing tarantula for a transport. We're gonna be packaging this tarantula. I'm gonna show you like a quick tutorial how to unbox tarantula, and we're gonna talk about a big problem actually that I had a few days ago, which was with predatory mites. So let's talk about that. Okay, so hello everybody. Today I'm gonna show you some demonstration of you receiving a sling and how to really unpack it the safe way. I recently received some slings which are really rare and some of them really expensive, but more on that in the next videos. This is basically a vial you get your slings in, and this is kind of a hint what I received. But first of all, I want to demonstrate to you what happens. Basically, you usually receive slings this way. You usually receive them as in vials like this, which I recommend to check what it is. If it's a fast tarantula, if it's a new world and it's kind of like a Brachypelma species, that kind of the way, you basically pull it out and put it in the enclosure. This is like a test enclosure I have here. So you take the paper out, tarantula probably runs out, and you just put it in. If it's a fast arboreal Asian tarantula or anything like that, I would recommend just putting it in and leaving it, because it's the easiest and most safe option you can do. It saves you time, stress and effort, and the tarantula will come out at night or when it wants to, and basically you put the lid on and that's it. And the second option, they usually ship the slings that way, is sort of like a cone like this, like you see a vial, and this is also already pushed in, and the sling is basically in the middle. What you do then is do the same thing, but you can do the same thing as before, as I showed you, or you can take this out. If it's a slow sling, I would recommend using a paintbrush, not this, and just pushing it out slowly, and it will go down. If it's an African tarantula or something else, you pick it up and you slot it in. Yes, it's amusing if the tarantula escapes and it's good for YouTube clips, but I'm not doing that on this channel because I'm trying to be educational and trying to show you how to really handle tarantulas properly and not willy-nilly about, and show you how the tarantula bolts and everything like that. I'm not about that. So yeah, this is the easy way how to unbox it. If it's bigger, basically you repeat the same process. If it's like a huger container or something like this is like a normal cricket standard box. You basically, it's in a vial like this, it doesn't have dirt usually in it. Do this, pick up the thing with the paper and put it in. If you have bigger tarantulas than that, I usually just recommend just a brush, just a normal brush, and just putting the tarantulas in basically. Now I will show you how to easily and quickly package a basic normal tarantula. This counts for arboreals, whatever you have, it's the same thing. You have a container which you're gonna ship your tarantula. Take paper towels. You usually, what I do is usually take one slot like this, and I fold it like 3 or 4 times. Do it like that. Yeah, basically like that. Create like a pocket on the bottom, and then you create like a sheet I did with the smaller pieces of paper. Let me show you. There you go. You pick it up, you put it in a cylindrical shape like I showed you before in the smaller box. This is usually how the pros package tarantulas, and then you shove it in As you can see, that's the closing. Tarantula is gonna be in it. Just do it like that, and then you need a little bit of water. There you go. I just put a little bit of water in it. It pretty much depends on how hot it is outside and what kind of humidity do you have in your country. Basically in Europe, in Slovenia, there's not a lot of humidity right now, and it's kind of like 20 degrees outside, so it's not too hot. So just put a little bit so it's a little bit damp. If you're shipping it further, then like 2 day shipping, I would recommend more moisture, but that's it, pretty much it. And now it's time for the tarantula. See your tarantula, you get a catch cup, you try to cup it. Okay, there we go. You have it in the cup. It's pretty chill. It molted like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I can show you better angles. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, I got even a better angle now. There you go. Can you see better? Okay, I can try to adjust the light as well. There you go, so it's a little bit more white, and add a little bit more. There you go. There you go. Gorgeous little female. Now we have a tricky problem because the catch cup we used is bigger than the cup we need to put it in. That's why you always use a smaller catch cup if you can, and if you're extra smart, use a catch cup that is good, not like this one, because like I put some poke holes in, but they are very far away. We know we must not fuck this up, because otherwise tarantula will escape. This is not a good idea, actually. I just thinking about it, this is not a good idea. Okay, we're gonna do a different strategy, which is this. This is basically a tutorial on how not to do it, because this is not good idea. Let's see if it'll go in. It's a jumpy lady. I can't see. It's also a good sign. No, of course not. Pokies usually want to go up, not down. So let's try this strategy then. I don't know how much you can see actually, but let's try it. Okay, she's not happy. This is not how you use tarantula, move tarantulas. This is a bad idea. I see I am very much out of practice on how to move them. Yeah, okay. This is lucky that actually went in, but don't move them like this. Have a smaller catch cup, like a vial. I showed you before, not that size, but like a smaller one. I'll show you. Just have it like this, the same size basically. It would be nicest if I shipped it in like something like this. And if it's the same diameter, you just do this and basically move the tarantula like vertically with the holes. This is not a good idea. If would probably work well too, but I don't have that on hand available. So there you go. Basically what I would do next is put this on it, like cut around it, and that would pretty much be it. But I don't think there's a need to do that, because okay, I'm just gonna do this, and that's basically it. Tarantula is not gonna go very far. This is basically it. What you would do if you ship the tarantula as well, like put in a carton box, surround it with newspapers and stuff like that. If it's cold, also put a heating pad in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very simple, not like I did it, but basically use smaller containers to put the tarantulas. Just put smaller catch cups, or just a sieve. Not a sieve, just a strainer. Is it a strainer? Okay, people, I figured it out. It's a funnel. Basically, it's this thing. You see? And then it's a holder smaller, and then you put it in the cup. Basically, it's for putting liquids into smaller stuff. It's a funnel. Yes, good. I'm so good at English, man. It's crazy. You take the funnel from the bigger box and then you put it in this. Basically it. Funnel, yes, funnel. Okay, now let's move on to the more serious topic. Okay, as you know, I had two avicularias pulpenas, and this is one of them. Basically, just ate, as you can see, parts of the mealworm. This is the fresh one. She ate a smaller piece, but yeah, this is what I do. Practically showing you what I do, how to feed slings, because I showed you last time, and this is like this is this day, and this is also this day. So after a few days I'll just take the food out and that will be it. Basically what I'm talking about is I had two of them, and the second one I was feeding the second one died. So it's kind of a spoiler, but it's not really. Basically a week ago I was feeding them, just checking them around, and I saw she had a lot of dots on her face, like as you can see on the not on this one. I'm not gonna do I show you the second one, the one is that I don't really want to, but you see, like it had a lot of tiny spots, and usually I have a problem with what is it, grain mites, which are harmless but are annoying because they get on glass and they stay on surfaces where their water is and it's very moist, and they didn't go away really. But here I saw they were on tarantulas and they were more yellowish. Grain mites are usually yellowish but can jump, and also they're like more flat, as I can say. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically grain mites are usually never on tarantulas. They usually just stay on like water pieces, like around the tarantula enclosure, or they are on a tarantula enclosure itself. And it was a problem because when I opened the enclosure, there are crazy amount of the things on the tarantula, and I tried to get it off after like 2 hours of cleaning the tarantula, really bothering it a lot. I managed to get them off, but it was already too late. You can see it already has mold in it. Like 3 days ago I still checked them, she was fine, and then basically even she died and the mold ate her, so it was kind of moist in the enclosure. That's really not the point. The point of the story, or the moral of the story, is rehouse the spider as soon as you get them. I rehoused both of them because I think that it surely came from the dirt, because I don't have that problem. Like, I had tarantulas from 2018 and I never had anything more than grain mice. It's kind of crazy. Basically, I'm gonna close it because it's kind of gross to watch. Basically, the moral of the story is, when you receive a tarantula and it's a sling, rehouse it, because the slings are very vulnerable and very, like, condemned to the enclosure spaces and the stuff that's inside. They usually live in the soil. They were usually living in the soil. You get them from a vendor at a fair or something like that. They usually spend like a year or two in like these small boxes, so it's a good to just rehouse them as I did. Also, I kind of panicked and went on a rehousing run and rehoused almost all of the slings I have and check them regularly now, every 1 or 2 days, because I am scared that it's gonna happen again, and a lot of my expensive tarantulas are still slings and they can just die. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer to end the video on that, but it's true. My tarantula was really harmed by the mites, and she didn't make it because of it. I will show you the new tarantulas in the next video, but I wanted to make this short kind of quick update on how I receive sling and also how I ship them off if I actually need to. So there you go. This is gonna be it for this week's video. I want to try to show you the macro of the Vicularia perpenna, but it's not really working. I have a bad lighting, so yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial part of this video, and also I hope you like the update on the terrible situation and what to do if you have it in your tarantula household. And again, hope you liked the video. Subscribe down below, share the videos with your friends. They're into tarantulas as well, and I will see you next week, yes, with another video. Bye bye for now.